of leg 2, things were looking good. As always in rally, it's not always that straightforward. At an earlier service, mechanics fitted a new rear bumper without mud flaps. It would make no difference to his speed, but it's against the rules. And Solberg was hit with a 30-second penalty.
It's actually a big laugh, but they're gonna have to speed up anyway if they're gonna try to beat me now.
Hard to believe that mud flaps could help to decide the outcome of a World Championship rally. Thankfully for Solberg, his outright speed would see him through, winning his first Acropolis by 18.4 seconds.
36 left minus, deep intercrest into 2 right, double tightens.
A delight for Solberg and Subaru, and the team can even afford a joke at their own expense.
Incredible, incredible.
Coming up in Part 4. By the end of a rally weekend, most drivers enjoy letting off a bit of steam, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with a little showboating. More serious celebrations after the break. Welcome back to Crazy Moments 2. One man who's featured throughout the show is 1995 World Rally champion Colin McRae. A man who's had more than his fair share of highs and lows, and has perhaps had to swallow one of rallying's bitterest pills. Tempted out of retirement to drive a Skoda Fabia in the 2005 edition of Rally Australia, and McRae is proving that he's still got what it takes. Not only that, but the fiery Scot is in third place, just 6.9 seconds behind Harry Rovanperä. For Colin McRae, there's the opportunity to bring Skoda their first top 3 finish for the Fabia and their second ever podium result, the first being way back in Safari 2001. But Rally Australia, full of surprises from the start, has one more drama to deliver. Back at service, a simple clutch change soon goes horribly wrong. It's taking too long, they're late out of service and already incurring penalties. Every minute lost drops McRae further down the leaderboard. Even worse, if they don't check into time control by 11:11:59, they'll be forced to retire.
Mickey, you got 10 seconds to go, it's not going to happen.
No, I don't think so. It's such a... I can't tell you how disappointing it is to finish this rally like that. Especially after we put our heart and soul into it, you know. It's really gutting. That's it. It's over. It's over. Really disappointing.
Respect from every team for what Colin and Nicky had achieved, and remorse from the Skoda mechanics.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Just what can you say?
Take me through it.
I don't really know what the problem is, but some kind of problem with the clutch which they decided to change, which should have been a routine service and turned into a nightmare.
But after 3 long days of rallying are finally over and you end up with the result you wanted, or for that matter you just managed to make it through the weekend, what's the harm in letting your hair down with a little showboating?
Happy birthday to you.
Everyone's got their own way of celebrating, and some are more extravagant than others.
I was sure to finish on my 2 feet, so it was no problem, and it was a bet with the speaker, because I know him really well. He was a speaker in French rallies since I'm doing rally, so I'm driving, and So he told me the day you will be world champion, you have to do it. And I said, okay, so I've done it.
Bloody lucky.
Whether he's winning or losing, you're guaranteed to be entertained by one of the sport's most loved and camera-friendly characters, 2003 champion Petter Solberg, and his never-ending roller coaster of emotions.
The sport needs people like Petter, you know, to lift the atmosphere, and you know, it just shows how much passion is into it. Sometimes you're not meant to do it within the regulations again. You know, you've seen people like Panizzi doing donuts in the middle of stages, and I mean that is really is a no-no these days. But you know, sometimes it's good to see somebody like in a stadium where it's full of spectators, that the drivers get out and wave to everybody. Petter still does that on a regular basis, and people want to connect with the drivers. So no, it's part of the sport for him, definitely.
Monte Carlo 2007, and watched by his peers and other luminaries from the world of motorsport, Petter decides it's high time to celebrate the beginning of a new season on the final super special stage of the rally.
Into 2, left minus. That'll do. No, go around the cone. Keep going, keep going.
I think he got the corner wrong, you know, that's why he had to take evasive action. And that's Petter over and over, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, it was a super special at the end of the event. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but, you know, it lifted the atmosphere quite a bit.
Let's face it, although it's the taking part and not the winning that counts, victory champagne tastes all that much sweeter when you've earned it.
So this is how it feels to be a winner.
So the next time you're cut up by a white van man, held up by a senile pensioner, overtaken by a cyclist, or have to replace the fan belt with a pair of your grandma's tights, remember that it's all been seen and done before on WRC's Craziest Moments.
I can do this stuff, you know.
The news, but funny.